Hi guys and girls, I'm OBSIDIAN and I'm here to take a look at the epic history of the Empire. This is part of an ongoing series where I look at all the history of everything related to the Elite universe. I'm starting here with the Empire, next will be the Alliance, and later will be the Federation. I will also be taking a look at the history behind all of the factions, all of the powers behind Powerplay. And it's very likely that this series will branch out to cover all the lore behind the Elite universe. There are three major factions within the Elite galaxy. The Empire is one of these, the other two are the Federation and the Alliance. The Empire is relatively young and only formed just under 1,000 years ago within the Elite timeline in the year 2314. It was founded by Marlin Duval. This man was remarkably charismatic and was capable of persuading many people to join his cause and his vision to form an empire and break away from the Federation. There is actually much controversy as to how Marlin Duval came to power in the first place. A number of significant events preceded his ascension to power, and had these events not occurred, the Empire may well not have been born. It all began with Marlin Duval, Marlin Duval's sister. She was an activist and spoke out many times against the Federation and what she perceived to be their oppressive practices. Eventually, facing no success with her activism, Marlin Duval left the Federation and headed towards the stars in search of a new home. She settled in a distant system called Achenar, and many of her supporters went with her. Before long, a colony rose up around her, and a new society was born. Marlin Duval, intolerant of hierarchy and oppressive control systems, formed a council that would govern over the Achenar system. Envisioning an age of peace and prosperity, Marlin continued to spread her ideological concepts. Unfortunately, such a society was never to form. A number of years later, Marlin Duval, her partner, and her children were killed in a very suspicious shuttle accident. Not one to shy away from opportunity, Marlin Duval immediately claimed power, replacing his sister. He disbanded the council and began to denounce his sister's ideology. Such was the power and charisma of this man that he was able to persuade all of the important colonists of his agenda. And the Empire was born in the year 2314, when it was decreed that the rulership of the colonies and associated systems would pass from father to son. Being an exceptionally ambitious man, Marlin Duval was not satisfied merely with this, and he began to expand. He wanted to create a new capital world for his empire, and within the system Achenar was the world Achenar 6D. This world was inhabited by a sentient race. Wanted to claim this world for himself, Marlin Duval committed genocide, sterilizing the entire population of the planet and claiming it for himself. Across all these years, the Federation had not forgot the Duvals and the Achenar system, and had sent many requests for the Achenar to join the Federation. But these requests were either ignored or denied, and the Federation kept trying nonetheless. But when they heard of these events on Achenar 6D, of the sterilization and the genocide, they were outraged. A federal war fleet was assembled in order to enforce the request that Achenar join the Federation. But by now, Marlin Duval had many supporters and was able to assemble a fleet of his own. The two fleets clashed in Achenar, and the Federation were defeated. The Empire had won a surprising and unprecedented victory against the all-powerful Federation. In many people's eyes, this instantly shot Marlin Duval to stardom. No one had ever defeated the might of the Federation in open conflict. And it wasn't long before other colonies and systems were fledging to the Empire to pledge their allegiance to Emperor Duval. The Empire continued to expand into new systems across the next decade, and in the year 2330, all-out war broke out between the Federation and the Empire. As throughout all history, war continued to push the forefront of technology, and soon the space dredgers were built, massive ships capable of delivering resources to the forefront of the battle. The war continued for 50 years until the year 2380, when a peace treaty was signed between the Empire and the Federation. 20 years later, in the year 2400, the Galactic Cooperative of Worlds is formed. This is an independent peacekeeping force jointly founded by the Federation and the Empire. They are provided with a massive budget and an independent navy and given the mandate to head into systems threatened with invasion and provide peacekeeping. Slowly, an uneasy peace settles across the galaxy, although tension between the Federation and the Empire remains. Across the next 500 years, humanity's foray into the stars continues. Massive corporations form, rise up and fall. The political landscape changes, yet largely remains the same. The Duvalers continue to rule the Empire, and the Federation continues to act as an unwanted peacekeeping force. In the year 2900, the Federation and the Empire form a new research organization called the Intergalactic Naval Research Arm, and they are mandated to research and develop living space technology. Many years later, the Intergalactic Naval Research Arm, or the INRA for short, have a massive but covert influence in the outcome of the Thargoid War. Over the next 230 years, many of the corporations that we recognise to this day come to power. They construct many of the iconic ships that we still use within the galaxy and become forces to be reckoned with within the political landscape. The Alioth Uprising begins in the year 3230. This system, no longer willing to be a battleground for conflicts between the Federation and Empire, rises a mass insurrection against both powers and successfully repels the Federation and the Empire from their space. From out of this uprising, the Alliance of Independent Systems is formed. In the year 3300, reigning Emperor Hendrik Duval, with failing health, decrees that his son Harold Duval is not of sound mind. This decree marks Harold Duval as clinically insane and unfit to rule. For the first time since the Duvalers have come to power, there is now no clear successor to the throne. Within days it is announced that the Emperor will marry Florence Lavingi, and that this marriage will mark Arissa Lavingi, Florence's daughter, as successor to the throne to the Empire. However, Hendrik Duval is assassinated on his wedding day in August 3301. For the first time in history, this leaves the Empire without any successor at all. Chancellor Blaine temporarily accepts the task of governing the Empire until a true successor is determined. And now the next chapter in the Empire's epic history is due to unfold. Check my YouTube channel for the epic history of the Federation and the epic history of the Alliance, and be sure to keep an eye out for all other lore-related videos to the Elite Universe. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys and girls next time.